Alright, so in preparation of Season 1 of Century Age of Ashes, this is going to be a video going over all 3 current dragon classes and how to use them. This is so you know which classes to use for which game modes. And in case you're watching this and don't know what game this is a new free-to-play game available for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, but it's been out on PC for some time now. But don't worry, last-gen consoles and the PS5 will be getting this game eventually, I just don't know when. In the future, more classes will be added to the game, but for now, this is just going to be the 3 current dragon classes. Each class has an ability, power, rage, and a passive, as well as their own attributes. Each dragon has the choice between 2 abilities at the start of each match, as well as they all get basic attacks such as fireballs and flame breath. So let's go through each class and explain how they work, their best usage, and which modes you should use them in. Starting with the Marauder. The Marauder has the choice between the Gust ability and Frost Bolts. Gust is just an ability that lets you dodge attacks, but considering every dragon can do that without the Gust ability, it seems pretty redundant. However, the Frost Bolts ability hits and slows enemy dragons, making it so they can't make sharp turns or steer very well. This makes it super easy to kill them. This ability is by far the best choice. The Marauder's power ability lets you lock on and track enemies. During this ability, you will always know where that dragon is, and you can shoot unlimited fireballs at them. However, you can only attack that one dragon until the duration runs out or you kill them. But luckily, this ability makes it almost a guarantee kill. The Marauder's rage ability applies your power to every enemy. In other words, it's basically a mini berserk dragon. It also grants you full health, and it's pretty useful to use in sticky situations. Now, passive abilities don't really matter that much and aren't very useful, but they can be good to know. The Marauder's passive ability just recharges your power and ability upon kills and assists, so I guess it can be helpful. This dragon is mainly a tanky killer. It has 5 bars of health, which is the most of any dragon class, as well as it gets an extra 2 bars of health for shields. But every dragon gets 2 extra health bars of shields. The Marauder is best used in game modes like Carnage, where the main objective is to get kills. It can also come in handy in Spoils of War, as long as everyone else on your team isn't also a Marauder dragon. But if you do use this dragon in Spoils of War, it's mainly going to be killing enemy dragons and taking their gold, or at least let someone else on your team with a more stealth class pick up the gold and take it back. But regardless, it's still a pretty good dragon. The Windguard dragon's ability choices are Blast and Smoke Trail. Blast is just a concussive blast that slightly redirects enemy dragons. All it does is create a small inconvenience at best. It's really not worth using, but if you want, it can be used to knock enemies away from objectives. However, the Smoke Trail ability, you guessed it, it's a smoke trail. It makes it so your enemies can't target you. Or at least it's supposed to. This is super helpful if you're being pursued, or if you're trying to play the objective or escorting your teammates who are playing the objective. Although in my experiences, these abilities don't quite work right for this dragon. Probably the reason that I never use this class. The Windguard's power launches you towards an ally and temporarily grants 2 bars of shields to both you and your teammates. This does stack on top of your normal shields, so you can potentially give a Marauder 9 health bars. This is perfect for protecting your teammates who are playing the objective. But once you can use the Windguard's rage ability, you can turn your ally berserk, which is the best choice when your teammate is playing the objective. The Windguard's passive just makes it so you are affected by status effects and shockwaves less and for shorter duration, so it's not really that important. Especially because the Windguard is a support class. There should be no more than 1 of these on a team, maybe 2 if you're playing a game with 6 team members. This dragon only has 4 bars of health, so it's less bulky than the Marauder, but this dragon can be used in any game mode as long as you use it correctly. Nothing is worse than a support player not playing the support class as a support class. The final dragon class, the Phantom, has the choice between Mines and Blast. Considering we already covered Blast and how useless it can be, it should be a no-brainer. The mines are extremely overpowered. I don't think there's a limit to how many you can place, and if there is, I've never hit it. These mines can stick to just about anything. Placing them on the entrances to coffers and spoils of war, and building them up over time makes it pretty much impossible for the enemy team to blow up your coffer with a vault breacher. Putting the mines on the enemy's coffers makes it so they get hit every time they try to deposit gold, which can be very helpful. I've been on a team of all Phantoms who played this way, and it was pure gold. No pun intended. The Phantom's power turns you invisible. This makes it so enemies can't see you and can't lock on, unless they are right behind you, and by right behind you, I mean butt sniffing right behind you. Also, your first attack while invisible does more damage, so it can be pretty useful in Carnage. The Phantom's Rage makes your dragon invincible, and makes it so you can't be targeted by enemies. Other than that, it's not much different than the Marauder's Rage ability. However, you're not likely to use the Phantom's Rage very much because if you play the Phantom right, you won't get hit very often, thus not building up enough rage to use the ability. The Phantom's passive ability makes it so you do more damage to shields. This can be really helpful if you're going up against a bunch of Windguards who keep spamming their power ability. But other than that, there's not much to it. The Phantom class is by far my favorite class and mainly used for playing objective-based game modes, although it's pretty good in Carnage too. Also, I should probably mention that you can go invisible while carrying gold and spoils of war, so it makes it super easy to return gold back to your coffers. However, this dragon only has 3 bars of health, so it's pretty fragile. But between the Phantom's power and rage abilities, I say it's totally worth it. Alright, so those are the 3 classes in Century Age of Ashes explained. I personally use the Phantom for everything, but sometimes I'll play as the Marauder when I'm playing Carnage, especially if I'm playing Ranked. Although I don't think it matters that much because when you play Ranked, you're up against the top 50 players because Ranked has no balancing whatsoever. But anyways, I hope you found this useful or helpful, or I guess if you found it entertaining, that's cool too. But when the next class comes out, who knows, I might update this video. It depends on if this video does well or not, because this video was a pain to edit. Anyways, I guess I'll see you later. Goodbye!